once again, welcome to another episode of Everyday People. Please continue to email us at EverydayPeopleUk@live.com, tweet us at EP_UK, Facebook us at EverydayPeopleLive.com, and keep sending us those texts on 07587 209 100. That's 07587 209 100. Now, today's topic, which you wanted us to discuss, it's a kind of new trend that's coming out. I personally haven't heard of it, but many of you have. Now, it's a trend where young girls are calling themselves a bad bitch. So excuse the language and want for a better word, but it's all about, I'm a bad bitch, and that's how they're addressing themselves. What is this all about? I haven't got a clue, but I'm hoping to learn, and while your emails come in, I'm hoping to gain more knowledge on this area. But it's something that doesn't sit well with me, but it's something which you all wanted to discuss. So let's start.
Yeah, this is something that the younger generation is taking on, and for me, I've seen it. I don't personally have people around me that say that, and I don't think it's so much in the UK, but from watching things on TV, women will refer to themselves as a bad bitch, a bad B, however you want to say it, and it's usually, you know, people in the music industry, people that, if a bad bitch is someone who's, it could be an independent woman, she's got the latest designer gear, she can do whatever she wants to do for herself, she looks good, feels good, carries herself a certain way. But for me, it's a negative term, but it's being used in a so-called positive way, and it just doesn't sit right with me. I can't understand how it's a new trend. We're picking up on new trends, and it's just stupid.
If you're an independent woman and you're doing what you need to do and you're getting the latest whatever, then call yourself that. I think like women are, a lot of things with the younger generation are very contradictory. You want to call yourself a bad B or whatever, but yet you want a man to respect you. How is he going to respect you when you're calling yourself a derogatory name?
But not only that, it's so weird that they would just call themselves a bad bitch, but then if somebody turns around and is like, oh, you bitch, then
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
It's just a whole new culture that it's just from reality TV shows, you're seeing it every second, to in songs, in movies. It's just really out of control.
Okay, do we think that it's the, you know, if you've associated with the music industry, is it the rappers, male rappers, taking on that term, or is it the women are taking on that term and then now everyone's just doing it? Was it something generated by men?
Yeah. The women are taking the term on because the male rappers have created the term bad bitch, something good. It's like, oh, I want that. You see the video chicks and they're calling them bad bitches, and it's like, well, then women are looking at that, oh, I want to be that bad bitch.
If the men want that,
then
they
want to be a bad B and a video girl. Is that something to be bad about?
It's not even just video girls. It can be women that think that they, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing well. I'm a bad bitch.
No, but I think that a lot of people are taking on the video girl culture.
Yeah,
right?
That's
like
true.
a lot of women are doing that, and they see it. They're trying to look like these video women with the injections in the bum, or when your bum's real and you're just accentuating your bum and think it's all about that, and then you're just this bad bitch. But you know, come on, stop.
It's not like
so
be more than that, man.
I've seen girls actually label their pictures with a bad bitch.
Yeah, it's like proud. How do you expect anyone to take you seriously?
How do you expect anyone to respect you?
Exactly, you can't then, if your man disrespects you, you can't say anything, that you really can't, because you've done it to yourself first, and he's only following what you've done.
So am I to understand that a bad B is a term of endearment?
Yeah.
Yes. A bad female dog?
Yes. Right. Exactly.
No. I think you guys got that one twisted.
No.
Go on, you're going to say
Lupe Fiasco, the rapper, he actually he hit it in a song that he's written where he identifies, right, you've got a woman in the car driving her son to she's driving her son, she's singing I'm a bad bitch along to the song. The son's looking at his mum like, you're my mum, I love you, you're a respectful woman. and you're calling yourself a bad bitch, and that's confusion. And then he identifies a group of young girls that are watching video girls in songs, and they're saying, the girls are saying, well, we're bad bees, and then like, okay, well, we're bad bees, and then this boy and this woman meet, he calls her a bad bee, but then in his head he's thinking, well, this isn't right, he knows it's not right. His mum wasn't like that, even though she called herself a bad bee, and the girls are like to the boy who's now a man, I'm a bad bee. So it's just confusion, there's no respect there, it's just confusion, it's creating a bad...
And then look at how much respect that song has got compared to A$AP Rocky's song about I love bad bees, that's my whatever problem. That's a big tune right now, and a lot of people are going wild for that tune. So just goes to show the culture that's really spreading.
Which one's getting more?
A$AP Rocky's.
That's the one where I love my bad bees. Oh my word.
Stupid generation.
It's a generation.
What generation is this? Because
not mine.
I think
it's the younger ones.
What are younger?
Like the 18-year-olds.
Even younger.
I would say the under 25s. I would say the under 25s.
Because everyone, especially in the UK, we're so like spongy to the American. Whatever they give us, we take, and we want to run with it. But like, have your own standards.
Well, let's take and run with some
positive.
And some Umar Johnson. Let's run with some of
that celebrity fast life.
They want it quick. They don't want to put in hard work. They just want it.
They want the limelight. So in order to have that limelight and be in with the in crowd, you have to call yourself bad bee and be associated with those people.
Yeah, because the celebrity life that's promoted today isn't one of any positivity
at all.
Sad thing.
Like, girls are more worried about how their bum and breasts look in every outfit and how well they can whine. Rather than focusing on your book and getting some education, because your wine ain't gonna get you a job.
Exactly.
But you never know if you get a job.
Well, at the end of the day,
you can't
do that forever.
Well, you're not whining on to get your pension.
Exactly.
You never know. They might get you to a pension.
It'd be nice to hear from some guys out here.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, how they feel about the term bad bee.
And do any of you guys call your ladies a bad bee?
Well,
they're not really ladies if they're gonna allow you to.
Does she take it? That's what I said. Does she allow it?
And you girls out there who's allowing yourself to be called that and want to be called that, it'd be good to hear a little bit from you to hear your reasons why you find that appropriate. So please email us everydaypeopleuk@live.com, tweet us at EP_UK, Facebook us at everydaypeopleatlive.com, and send us in a text at 07587 209 100. And now for question time.
Question 1. Pauline says, congratulations on the show. We love it out here in St. Vincent. My cousin is 40 years old and her husband is abusive to her. He calls her names, slaps her when he feels like it, and I've told her to walk and she just won't. What else can be done?
Well, obviously she should walk, because that type of abuse is unacceptable. However, being in St. Vincent, a Caribbean island, it could be, your sister might not be walking because it's a culture thing. You know, she might have experienced it from her mother getting beaten, and that was the norm. Like, in those cultures, well, it was normal. It was like, well, if your man doesn't beat you, then he doesn't love you.
Really?
There was that thing in a lot of the Caribbean islands. It's like, well, my man can box because he loved me or whatever.
So,
loving too much.
Your sister can be wrapped up in that. But it's definitely wrong.
It
shouldn't be condoned. You should try and do everything you can to try and get her out of that situation, because it's not right at all.
I would say, number one, she could not be walking because she may have normalised herself to it. Like you say, if it's a culture thing, then it's something she expects. It's something that she probably, from the beginning, knew was going to happen. But you as her sister, there are two ways she can react to it. She could either thank you for trying to help her, or she could flat out deny it and tell you to go your way. So all you can do without pressurizing her too much, because she may feel pressurized from the man as well, you can ask after her well-being and stuff, start to take her out more, and start to treat her nice, so she knows that she's a bit worth more than that, you know.
And if you have, or obviously I'm assuming that you speak to her, but you have to do it gently, and she's a human, so she'll know deep down that she should not be treated that way, so she can identify that now. You just got, it's a hard one.
It's a hard one.
I don't think there's anything hard in it, to tell you the truth. If you know that you're getting hit in any form of way, leave.
What I mean
Why is it not that simple?
Because some women, number one, they may have normalised themselves to it. Number two, they love the guy, and they may think, yeah, he actually loves me.
Yeah, it might not be simple to leave, but I would say leave. I'm not saying that it's an easy thing to do, but that would be the appropriate thing to do.
In somewhere like St. Vincent, is it that easy to leave? Like, you know,
I think anywhere
gonna go.
The husband might be supporting her.
Exactly.
You know,
that's why.
where jobs are lacking out.
But then, what support are you going to get? He might give you a blow one day and you end up dead. So, I mean, find some refuge somewhere.
Yeah, I think her sister should be her support. Be there for her, so she knows that you're another option. You know.
Definitely.
Or receive some kind of counselling for it and get some help and support. We would say to that one.
Question 2. Question 2 reads, why is it that when a black person dates out of their race, they pick up the scum of that race? Yet, for example, if an Asian or Caucasian was to date a black person, it's always the best of us. For example, my cousin, who is a doctor, has just recently married an Asian guy who claims he is a stockbroker. We all know that he does not work. Do we honestly think that, as an Asian doctor would marry an unemployed black person? This person hasn't given their name up. What do you think about that, Hannah?
I think that's so true. And I don't get why it is. I think it's maybe down to low self-esteem. You know,
it's selling themselves short. It's selling
the
themselves
person who's going
for these low people.
These low.
Whatever they are.
I don't even know if it's low self-esteem. It might be that that whole mental enslavement and adoration of other races, them believing in themselves that even the lowest of that other race is better and superior than their own race.
Wouldn't that be that you don't value yourself?
I think you don't value your heritage and your culture.
It's disrespect. I think because I was a white man approached me and he said he was a bit drunk. And he said, no, but you know, they say, but you know, they say that when you're drunk, they say that when you're drunk, the truth comes out. He said to me, you know, your guys, and I said, excuse me, he said, your black guys, why is it that you guys, they don't know what they have? They said, why in the world would you go for a white woman, an Asian woman, and anything other than black? He goes, do you know how many black women I've been with? And I can't tell you. He was going into this weird thing. He was like, I can't tell you how good your women are. He said, I wouldn't pass one of you up for 1 second. And he said, but I can't get why you guys don't know your worth. And he said, we know. He goes, white men know it, Asian men know it, because that's why we adore black women. But he said, your men don't know it. So he said he can't see why. And I thought, you know, it was a bit offensive, but then I thought, you're saying the truth? Do you get what I mean? I know it's a bit offensive, but at the end of the day, he's saying the truth. Why don't black men see what good there is in black women? It's not, oh, she's too attitudey. No. Well, my thing is that black women know what they want in a man, and they want a man that's going somewhere. Another woman...
No, they want a man.
They want a man, exactly. And all these other women will let you be a boy in that man's body, and they'll let you sit around, be on the dole and whatever, but they don't want you to have a plan. But that's not what's good for your life. So.
Sometimes it's a thing where they, especially the men, might think that they're getting ahead in life if they go out, if they have a white woman on their arm or something like that. Because I swear it must be in a footballer's contract to have a white woman.
No, seriously.
I don't get it. I really don't. I haven't seen a footballer yet that has a black footballer with a black woman.
But I haven't seen. But doctor or a lawyer. Some bimbo that's, you know, wants to be a footballer's wife. That's their only ambition in life.
The white guy actually also said to me, he goes, the way a lot of these white women look, he said if a black woman like that, you wouldn't touch her with a barbell. He said some of you going with these fat ass white women like, and stuff like, these were his words. He said, and fat ass white women with no shape, the wine body shape, he said nothing about them. He said if a black woman looked like that and no take care of your face or anything, you wouldn't touch her. So why are you touching a white woman like that? Because she looks like dirt. I said, I don't know, go and ask a black woman.
I also find that if black women who date outside their race more would go for somebody that is more affluent. More so than the men. The men would go for, you know, just anybody off the street. Whereas the women, they tend to...
They still want a man.
I don't think so. I think that some black women just... I find that most black women that date outside their race are doing it for the hair of their children.
I think so.
And have a lighter complexion.
So it does go back to identity and self-esteem.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
because some parents have a complex within themselves, like I'm too dark, I don't want that for my kids, I don't want my kids
to me, you must have high self-esteem to walk down the street with somebody of another race.
I know.
Because you know, I know that people be looking at you and whatever, you know, but so I don't think it's a self-esteem thing. Well, it could be, but I think it's a cultural low self-esteem.
It's almost
like your culture.
Yeah.
I personally believe. I know people can fall in love with anybody from another race, but I'm not talking about that. That's a totally different debate altogether. I just think that the vast majority of, if there was a race to be classified as dating outside of their race, I think it would be the black race more than any other race. I don't think Asians do it as much as we do. Not saying anything's wrong with it, but I'm not saying what I am saying is that Asians do not do it as much, Caucasians do not do it as much, but why do we seem to be doing it? I just find that it's almost fashionable now, and I think it's disrespectful to your own people, because you're saying my own are not good enough. So I've got to go out there and look for something better.
I think it's disrespectful to your mother as well.
Yeah, and your
especially
father.
for men. Yeah, exactly, your parents. Because it's like, you know, you don't value them at all.
Yeah.
That's why you had to go and run for something that's the complete opposite to them and yourself.
Why would it be that they don't value their mother though?
Because I've heard guys that who are dark in complexion and their parents might be dark as well, and they say, I would never go out for dark skin girl just because they wouldn't want their children to be dark, and because their mum's dark or whatever. That shows that you don't have that love.
But it's all, I understand that in that respect, yes, but it just shows how society has imposed a stigma onto blackness. Then, don't get me wrong, everybody knows that black is beautiful and whatever, but it's a stigma to make us feel personally that we're less than anybody else, and that whole Willie Lynch, if there ever was such a thing as a Willie Lynch theory, but that mental enslavement still being embedded in us, and us not really loving self and seeing beauty within self first and within the race first.
Okay, I think now it's time to follow up on questions from past episodes. In episode 2, remember Marvin, the young brother who wanted to be a polygamist? Marvin responded by saying, I listened to you guys' response. I know how to take care of women. I haven't got a job right now, but when I finish school...
Wow.
I was backing you. I was backing you.
But when I finish school, I will be able to find a job that will allow me to look after my wives.
That's what you
By the way, you everyday panelists are cute. Any of you all single?
Marvin, you need to slow down.
Marvin needs to grow up.
Read your book, please.
That's what you need to
do. Your homework.
Calm down, Marvin. We've got time.
Also, we had on the polygamy area, Kenameti Ramirez, and I hope I said that right. Kenameti Ramirez, and she stated, I'm trying to break it down as small as possible to do with polygamy, in regards to polygamy, all things we make alien when we fail to realise the context and purpose for any given thing. when we attempt to understand protocols that bring order in a community outside an African mindset. How can we understand polygamy in a Western society whose ethos of individualism is the antithesis of our African tradition of community and interdependence? We live in a society which has an unhealthy, disproportionate emphasis on sex to perversion. Therefore, an uncultivated mind must conclude that polygamy is wrong based on a puritanical Christian doctrine with its roots in Roman homosexual culture, despising despising of all things natural. A community or nation is but an amalgamation of families. Polygamy is a structure which pools resources and makes the most effective system for governance and nurture, especially where children are raised. Sister Kemerati says a lot more than that, but obviously can't go into it in a full account now, but I think she's almost right on the money. And Western society, basically with the mindset and how it is, that's more for individualization and not codependency and building a community, would never understand polygamy. And we hope to have her on the show as a guest one day, where she'll talk again some more about polygamy. Okay. And before we go, just got to hand something over to Shannon, which I missed out.
We have an update on our sister Sharon, and she says Sharon was a sister who was waiting for a partner, children's father, she had been with him for a great number of years and was wanting marriage. So Sharon says, I did speak to my partner about it being time for us to get married, and his exact words were as follows: "We don't need to get married. We're cool how we are, babes." Yeah. She says, he may be cool, but I certainly am not. Sharon,
what is he running from?
No, what he's running from is Sharon, like we said, I'm for you and I understand that, but Sharon, you should have found this out. Like I said, you might be somebody,
it's too late.
might never have wanted to be married. So.
We're cool, babes.
But Sharon, you are cool.
Yeah.
You cool.
Maybe.
Okay, keep it locked for another episode of Everyday People. Bye for now. Ciao.